Hi guys, sorry I've been missing a little bit from the YouTube space. We've been so busy with our new home, with the weather being so nice, and we're always out and about, and I'm just too lazy to pick up the camera and create some content. So here I am today. I wanted to answer some frequently asked questions that you guys submit in the comments. So here we go. So the first question I wanted to answer today is, why did we choose Canada? I have answered most of the questions in this video before, but the circumstances have changed and maybe my mind has changed slightly. So I will try to answer all of these questions kind of up to date as much as I can. So why Canada? We come from England, if you didn't know. Not originally, I'm originally from Ukraine. My husband Ollie is from France, and we've lived in the UK for 10 years prior to I moved to Canada. And when we were still in the UK, we wanted to move somewhere to experience something different, and we were really craving some big spaces with a lot of adventures and experiences. And we wanted something English speaking for our children, and the choice was basically between Canada and Australia. We kind of very quickly chose Canada because of how far Australia is, but that's not the main thing. The main thing was Ollie's work. He works for a big international company, and our hope was to move with that company and continue working seamlessly through the move. And we felt like, Ollie felt like Australia wouldn't be the best for that, with the time difference and being so isolated from everything. And Ollie's company has quite a few offices here in Canada and in Calgary too, so that was kind of our main thing. And when we came to visit this place in Canada, we felt like this is for us. The next most frequent question I'm getting is why we decided to move to Calgary. Out of all the places in Canada, why Calgary? Calgary seems like super cold in winter, far from everything, and this still stands. It is far from everything, and it's so cold in winter. You cannot imagine unless you actually live here. So we had a choice between Toronto, Calgary and Vancouver. We wanted a big city for all the opportunities that it could give work-wise for myself, and also different experiences for our girls. We didn't want anything super isolated like a very small town somewhere, but we also didn't really want like a huge city with all the traffic and how busy things can get. So we wanted something kind of in between, and we wanted a big change, an extreme change in weather compared to the UK. So we weren't really considering Toronto because of how hot and humid it can get in the summer and how humid it is even throughout the year. We didn't completely dismiss it. I'm sure it would have been amazing had we decided to move to Toronto, but we were kind of looking more west side, and we were thinking Vancouver. The weather is pretty much like in the UK, although the nature is just stunning. I have to point out, I haven't been to Vancouver, but I did my research. But we will visit Vancouver at some point, definitely. So we were thinking, maybe Calgary. It's like complete opposite to what we had in England. We used to live in Southampton in the south of England. We were living by the sea. It was nice, but we wanted a big change, and what can be more different than living by the sea in England than living in Canada by the mountains. So back in 2016 we came to visit Calgary. We walked around, drove around, and had a good feel of the city, and we thought, you know what, this could be for us. The more we researched about Calgary, how sunny it is throughout the year, 330 days of sunshine a year. You can look it up, this information on Wikipedia. I didn't make it up. It really is that sunny. And it also doesn't rain too much. The majority of precipitation comes in snow in winter. However, this June's been crazy rainy so far. I don't like it. So we thought, you know what, if Ollie is allowed to move with his company, let's consider Calgary really seriously. If not, maybe Vancouver, because of Ollie's nature of work. We felt like there might be more jobs in Vancouver for him. However, lucky us, Ollie's company allowed him to work from wherever, and we decided Calgary it is. And we've been here for just over 6 months, and we don't regret that decision at all. We really like it here. Of course, there are some downsides, like I'm not a big fan of traffic here and how some drivers are really nuts. I'm not judging, it's just like a really big difference compared to the UK. The winter's been so long, although everyone's saying how it's been record-breaking and it doesn't happen every year. It's been very long, very cold. It's not a deal breaker for me. I'm originally from Ukraine, as I said earlier, and in Ukraine we do have some really cold, snowy winters. But this has been something like another level. Up until almost the end of April we had snow and it's been so cold. But the summer so far has been really lovely. I say summer, I know it's still spring, but it feels like summer. I also get a lot of questions from people who are considering moving to Calgary about where to live in Calgary, which areas, which neighborhoods are really good and safer for families or more interesting for younger people. I can't comment on that. I read, and what we've experienced so far is that Northwest is lovely, Southwest is lovely, and in this video I received a lot of comments from people saying that Northwest and Southwest would be your safe bet probably if you were moving with a family. However, in the deep southeast of Calgary there are some very family-friendly neighborhoods, quite new and a bit farther away from downtown that you might want. But if you have a young family, you will have some social life and it will be nice. Otherwise, I don't really want to comment on where to live in Calgary because there are pros and cons in almost every neighborhood. So just come and check out for yourself what is your cup of tea. And probably the last question I will answer today is how we chose schools for our girls. And for us, the decision has been really easy. I answered it in this video. We chose a Francophone school as Canada is a dual language country. There are 2 national languages, English and French. Ollie being French, we really wanted for the girls to go to a French school, and there are 2 kinds of French schools here in Canada. There are French immersion schools where not everything is taught in French, it's like split English and French, and Francophone schools where everything is in French. And Francophone schools are a little bit more difficult to get into. One of the parents or somebody in the family has to have an education in French, so you can kind of pass that heritage to your children, and that way your children can be enrolled into a Francophone school. And I consider our girls to be quite privileged and lucky, and they will be going to a public Francophone school here in Calgary. So I think I'll stop here. If you have any more questions, please submit them in the comments. I will try to answer them all either in the comments, or I'll make another Q&A video if you like something like that. Thank you so much for tuning in again today. Please don't forget to like this video, comment in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel for more videos about Calgary and around. And we'll see you all again next time.